Before we implemented DOVICO for all our time tracking, timesheets, billing, invoicing, we used, I'd say homegrown, but it's not exactly right. I looked on Microsoft Office templates, found an Access database that had timesheets, it had some invoicing, and we had employees, ourselves first, and then employees enter time in Excel sheets and just bring that into Access, and from Access, that database, we would do whatever reporting we needed, whatever invoicing we needed. So all right when you're small. When we got to, I'd say 15, 20 employees, it was a nightmare. It was, invoicing was a full-time job for me and my assistant for a week, just to make sure everything matched. You didn't want to send anything to a customer with mistakes in it. So that was a nightmare. It was time to change. We got there to that point and we said, no, this can't go on. We had never even considered the web base, and DOVICO provided that, and I said, that's good, because the less I have to manage here on a server that I don't really have and don't really want to take care of, the better it is. And then the people that DOVICO helped us out. I mean, they were ready to answer questions. They offered us a trial, which was fantastic. We could try it for a month and get it up and running just to see how it would work and how that was. What we were trying to do with DOVICO is not stray too far from what we were already doing. Use a different tool that makes the management of the data the same, but for the people who actually use the software, the collection of data had to be similar to what they were doing, and we could do that with DOVICO. The Excel sheets were easy to fill out, everybody was used to them, and you could configure, and you can use DOVICO in that sense for the time entries. It was very, very similar. So that made that part really easy, and that was a key criteria to make sure that we can get it up and running fast. We went from 2 people full-time, Martin and I, for a week, doing the invoicing to, in 2 days, Martin has it all out on her own. Our customers don't deal with a company. They deal with us as individuals. They deal with us as engineers, to help them out, to get them out of a problem. When they call us, usually things aren't going that well, or they have to improve something. And it's the people, it's our response to them, it's our contact with them that makes them come back. That's the feeling I get when I talk to the people at DOVICO. I call them up, it's from the receptionist that answers the phone. I don't know who this woman is, but she always sounds smiley. She's very happy on the phone. She must love her job. And you start off like that. It's very, in French we say accueillant, welcoming, to have that type of person saying hi, and oh yes, I'll get a win for you, or whoever we want to talk to. And you get that feeling throughout the company. Whoever you talk to seems to enjoy what they're doing and seems ready to help you and get you back on track as quickly as possible, to get that little obstacle out of the way. They're not big obstacles, but get that little obstacle out of the way so you can move on and go back to what we do best, which is engineering. An added feature that I really like also is that we are subject to the nature of an engineering consulting firm. Some projects require us extra people, contract workers in our case. And then when that project's finished, we don't necessarily need to keep those contract people. With DOVICO, I have the flexibility to say, okay, as of today, I don't need these 3 people. It either frees up 3 places for someone to hire, or I just don't pay for 3, I pay for 3 less people at the monthly invoicing. So that's a nice touch. Hindsight, I would have probably started earlier. If I go back now and think of the way we were doing it before, I waited till 15, 20 people, no, we were about 15 when we started over to DOVICO. I would have probably done it at 5 or 6 people, knowing now what I know then.